And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Look out. We've had some George Jones in the background. One of those days, still doing time. And a honky-tonk prison. Boy, that's a catchy song. I do hope your morning is going well. 6:31 as we begin this. Right now, we're sitting at 76. We've dropped a degree since we got here a couple hours or 3 hours ago to begin this adventure. We expect the high to be 98 today. Warm, warm, and warm. Heat index should reach right at 110. My, that's going to be rough. So keep it in mind as you begin your activities. Again, those times you don't want to be out, 10 until at least 7. It will start cooling down after that to where it's kind of bearable to be outside. Rough, rough, rough is what we're telling you. Let's see here. We've got a lot to talk about, what's going on across the country. Somebody will have to go before committee today. Oh, that new Secret Service guy. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Plus, we've got all your local headlines coming up at 7 a.m. this morning. Everything that went thump in the middle of the night, we'll tell you about it. That's coming up at 7. I hope you'll join us. It's always a lot of fun with that. Odie is back. He's looking all tanned. Studio lights are off in the right-hand corner. I can barely see him. That boy's dark. We'll be right back as we get this day underway. We'll go to Collinsville now.
Growing up, many of us had a healthy fear of our dads. The phrase, "I brought you into this world and I can take you out," may be something we've heard before. And I didn't want to be disrespectful or ugly to my dad because he was someone who had not only earned my respect, but he also deserved it. He lived a life of character and love for the Lord, and I just wanted to honor him by following his lead. And I didn't do this perfectly. There were times where, man, I just didn't respect him like I should have. But overall, I had an immense respect for my dad and still do. And this allowed me to grow up in a space where I felt cared for, secure, and safe, and I had confidence that my dad would be a refuge for me. Well, if this is the case on a human level, shouldn't it be even more with our Heavenly Father? Proverbs 14:26 says, "In the fear of the Lord, one has strong confidence, and his children have a refuge." Our Heavenly Father is a source of refuge and strength, but we must understand that happens as we submit to what He desires for our lives. He's not there to make all of our wildest dreams come true. He's a good God who knows what's best for us, and in that, we follow Him and trust Him completely, knowing He'll take care of us. So do you have a healthy respect and fear of the Lord? Do you find refuge in Him? And as the text indicates, if you'll do this, it will not only bless you, but your whole family. May you find your refuge in the Lord today, because remember, change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that message this morning. As we get underway, already 6:35 or 6:34, excuse me there. I got a 60 seconds ahead. We don't need to do that. We'll go over some gunshot things that are happening locally coming up at 7. Where were they? Where are you in relation to that? As we go to national headlines this morning, I don't know him, but maybe a few of you do. A rapper named Chino XL. Seriously, I have no idea who he is. He's passed away at the age of 50. They have not released the cause of death at this point. A lot of that goes on. This is, as we saw C Spire being the only person that I know of. Now, it may have changed since we last checked in on this, of what went on at the Olympics. And however they want to change it and try to change the wording afterwards, they did make fun of the Last Supper. We have a lot of religious leaders in the United States, and I have to agree with this, are going, where's Biden? Where's Harris? Where's the outrage on this? Maybe I missed it, but I haven't heard them say one word about this. Have you? And again, if you have, would love to hear from this. As a world power, I think the United States needs to speak up on these things when it's done.
Hey, you got to love God first.
You do. You got to have God in your heart. It's as though they're trying to take things away from us. Slowly but surely, it's coming. Again, we know how the book ends, but I'm not ready for that yet. Are y'all? The Olympics should be ashamed. Elon Musk is, well, telling Google they should be ashamed. Have y'all caught on to this? They are limiting what you can Google about the assassination attempt on Trump. Imagine that. Huh. He's calling them out. It's limited what you'll get, apparently. 2 women and 5 people were injured in a shooting that happened in New York Park. 2 people died, 5 were injured. Sad that is. Shooting is what that was. Today, as I mentioned this, they've got an acting Secret Service agent. He's director, more or less. He's set to testify today about the security. He's going to tell what he knows. I hope they broadcast this. I think most of Americans would like to know more about this. Trump will also sit down and they will vet him as he will tell them what he saw from his vantage point. You have to talk to all sides. We'll see what this acting director does. Is he a legit one, or will he go, I don't know anything? After we now know that you can bring your own drone, you can even bring a backpack. Did y'all realize that? He had a backpack on with a gun in there, walked through security, climbed the building, the gun was hidden in the backpack, and they knew about him 2 hours before anything happened. My, oh my, oh my. Whoa, phone companies are getting sued. Oh, you ever walked into a store? A lot of people do it online and do it themselves now. But back in the day, and I've often done it, when you get a new phone, you go in, you upgrade, and you ask them to transfer your numbers and pictures and everything over to your new phone. Not uncommon. Well, there's been some ladies that have been complaining that some of the store employees stole pictures of them that were risque. Is that the word to say? Maybe they didn't have their full bathing suit on, and the guy behind the counter thought, well, I'll keep that. Well, in the past up until now, judges have gone, oh, well, we can't prove that really went on. Not so fast now, as court rulings are starting to change, and they're saying that they're going to be able to sue the store and the employee now if they were to take your not so, I'm trying to think of the word for such a picture as that. Risque. We'll just stay with that to keep it all. But possibly lawsuits coming on that. My, oh my. There's AT&T and all of them that do that. People will look. If you have something like that on your phone, it's going to be looked at. That's all I can tell you. A judge has temporarily banned Wayne LaPierre from returning to the head of the National Rifle Association. This could be a 10-year ban. We'll watch all of this. From Union this morning, I see Irene watching. Thank you. Here's something that I thought would have been faster than now, but maybe it's just now making the headlines across America. Anybody remember the name Ron Goldman? Oh, it's been since, the 97? Since we heard that name a lot? Ron Goldman? His father is suing the estate of O.J. for that $117 million that he was granted way back in the day when his son, Ron, was killed. The father of Ron Goldman is. We hope he gets his money. I wouldn't bet the farm, but we wish him luck on getting that. That should have been handled long, long ago. 3 suspects have been arrested. I'm not going to show the picture, Odie. Rappers they sometimes do look different. We have another rapper that, this guy was killed in Florida. And I can't even pronounce his name. Is Foolio? Is that how you say that?
What we go with.
Foolio. He was killed by 3 suspects. They've been arrested. They say they were from a rival gang. That is not uncommon when it comes to that. Most of these killings that we see in the rap world are tied to some gang of some sort. That's what they're putting on this one. It looks as though you may be getting an interest rate cut. Anybody ready for that? We need it, don't we? The first time in years it's possible. We'll see what happens over the next few days, but they're already leaking the information out that it may happen there. As we often see these cold case murders, we go to Hawaii. It was 1991 that a young girl was killed. Hadn't been solved, and as they bring back up these cold case files, they were getting warm. They had interviewed a suspect in her slaying. He, killed himself. Suicide is what he done, so I'm pretty sure the police were on to that. We'll be right back as we get into your weather forecast next as this morning goes away. Odie is back. We got a lot to talk about beginning at 7 o'clock. We want you to be a part of it. It all happens here at the Scotty Ray Report. We'll be right back in a few moments with all of that. The PreCast Group. offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're building it, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the PreCast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The PreCast Group.
CF Moto has arrived at Meridian Cycles. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North or give us a call at 601-485-8700.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And welcome back as we look at our forecast for today. Whew, what is this? Hot. Now, as we got that little thunder cloud up there, don't let that worry you. It's only a 10% chance for this afternoon after 2 o'clock. 10% chance. But the thing to worry about is that temperature being right at 98 plus 110 on that heat index side. It's going to be miserable. Be careful what you do outside. Again, we watch those hours in between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Heat advisory in effect for the entire area, basically for the entire state of Mississippi, with that corner up in the Delta being excessive. As we look at Bama this morning, what are y'all doing? 95, Tuscaloosa 96. We'll see Birmingham sitting at 94, and down to Troy about 94 as well. As we keep going to look at this, this is it. Significant heat, as I mentioned there. Look at what will happen beginning tomorrow. It will get even warmer as we look at this. Could be up to 115 tomorrow. Anybody hear that? 115 tomorrow? 110 today is not much different in either way. It's going to be miserable. As we look at the rest of the week for the next 6 to 10 days, yep, ditto. Same thing, hot and more hotter. As we look at the 7-day forecast, we get into those upper 90s, and it could cross over to triple digits, 98, 99. Look at that. All the way through the weekend, we'll see the same thing. 50% chance of showers moving in on Saturday and Sunday, and then we'll hit that 40% as it goes to decreasing there next Monday. But hot weather every day. Heat index is expected to stay the same. Not any different as we head deep into August. We begin there on the 6th, and we go that full week there, 97. By the time we get to about the 11th, we'll get a rain shower and cool things off to 93. Boy, that's cool, isn't it? August, the dog days of summer. Whew. As we look here, what's going on? As we look across, the fishing forecast looks to be the best this morning around 9 o'clock. Should be good till 11 a.m. is what we've got. The west wind's going to be southwest around 5 miles an hour is what we've got. Have mercy, have mercy. As we go to this, now be prepared. It looks like Florida is going to be the suspect of the 60% chance of this turning into something. It's holding steady and climbing. Again, it's a depression that's building. We'll watch this. Let's pull this back up and go to radar this morning so you'll see what's happening in and around the area as we pull up Honda Meridian radar. We show that, as I mentioned, that Delta area. Look at that. Excessive heat there. It's hot here. This will move into our area tomorrow. We've got fog in Dothan, Alabama this morning, over in west of here, southwest of Natchez, Alexandria, Louisiana, a lot of fog there. We get into showers as you get into Knoxville and the areas of Kentucky there, up to Charleston, West Virginia. If you've got to be there, showers as well. Quick look at what's happening with the weather again. 76 right now as we wait for that high to be somewhere right around 98-ish. Another hot day, hot day. Heat index again, 110. We'll be right back as we begin our morning show. It begins at 7 with all the local headlines. Join us, won't you? Odie's in the house, and we'll do a recap of everything that happened yesterday, and we know what's going on. We'll see you in just a moment.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.